Oh, hey guys, welcome to my review of Batman and Robin. In the last issue of Batman and Robin, we see Damian basically have a bone to pick with each and every single Robin, or old Robin, which was, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake. He basically states that he will take down each and every single one of them at, one of their best things that they think that no one can beat them in. And basically, Damian wants to prove to Dick, Jason, and Tim that he is the better Robin. It's sort of like sibling rivalry, who wants to be the best one out of all of them. And Damian says, I'm a Wayne, and I can kick all your butts. That's basically what he's trying to say, and that he's a better Robin, and you guys are all losers. You guys are just beneath my feet. You guys can't beat me as Robin. But yeah, so that's what he wants to do. And he actually sort of beats up Tim Drake again in the last issue. They actually have a fight, and basically trying to prove a point to Tim at the same time, because Tim and Damian don't have the best relationship with one another. Their friendship with each other are like sort of broken or sort of up and down, but mostly on the downside I've seen it so far. And basically, Damian is just trying to prove that Tim is no better than him, and that was a great sleazy way that Damian could do that to Tim. But yeah, and also we actually are introduced to a group or alliance of these new villains that have been mentally scarred or physically scarred by Batman. Some have actually a batarang through his skull, or just basically pierced inside his skull. And we see this girl that's actually pierced her body with batarangs all over her body. A guy who has basically a imprint of a Batman boots, or the sole part of the boots on his face. And then we see this guy with three faces combined together into one, which is kind of gross, and it's sort of disgusting looking. And basically there's a leader of this whole entire group, and they all want to take out Batman. They all hate Batman for basically scarring them physically and sort of mentally, actually, because Batman can do that psychologically. He can just scare the shit out of you, and you can be just freaked out like, oh my god, that's the Batman, I don't want to mess with him. But yeah, in this issue we pick up where that issue left off. Now if you guys are wondering, is Damian actually going to kick every single Robin's butt? Well, actually, yeah, he does that in the beginning of this issue. He actually starts off by attacking Jason Todd. And now the way he does this is sort of really sleazy, and Damian isn't afraid to fight dirty. He talks bad about Jason, and I don't mean just saying like, oh, you're a loser, you suck at Robin, He hurts him really badly. He goes to the point of bringing up the Joker, beating him and killing him, and saying that you are a failure. Batman doesn't love you, Jason, he's afraid of you. He just fights dirty against Jason, and in the end, he actually does take him out. Now, I know that's sort of a spoiler if you guys are wondering how he takes him out, but that's a sleazy way to do it. And I don't want to go in depth. He just basically badmouths Jason and basically takes his helmet as a trophy of winning. But that's not the main focus on this whole entire storyline, which is sort of more interesting than what's going on right now, actually. But yeah, throughout the next part of the issue, after Damian and Jason fight, which is only like a few pages actually, and the rest of the whole entire comic book, we see the new alliance of villains basically create chaos amongst Gotham. Now, you can see this front cover right here of Batman, and the bat symbol is actually glowing up and his whole entire suit's glowing. Now that's sort of what's going on, as each entire villain is supposed to actually imprint the bat symbol and burn it onto other people's chest. Now, the guy with the batarang through his skull, he actually has one of those iron sort of things, and basically he just jabs it into people's chest, and then it burns the Batman symbol on it. And he's been attacking cops, and this isn't just for cops. They attack random citizens, and people are basically frantic, and this whole entire big eruptive chaos is going on. Batman, Robin, or Damian is actually trying to stop everything, trying to, take back the city and try to, calm things down, but they're trying to figure out what's going on at the same time. But it's happening everywhere because this alliance, even though it's small, they're attacking a lot of people. Like, seriously, there's a lot of people going to the hospital with the imprints on their chest and all that stuff. It's just frantic and just crazy. And this sort of reminds me of how Bane's attacking Batman in like the Nightfall series, how he released all the, Arkham inmates to, basically create chaos for Batman, and basically that's how he was going to take him out, by weakening him physically and weakening him mentally as well, and then finally breaking Batman's back, which sort of reminds me of how they're doing it here. But there's a Robin here, but Robin was in Nightfall as well. But Batman isn't sick. He's actually, doing fine. But in the midst of this, he's actually going crazy as well, because I actually want to mention something, and I'm going to show you. While this whole entire chaos is actually going on, and actually I would like to show you the front cover first, or I'll just take off the bags and boards first, and yeah, show you the cover. So you can see Batman right here, his bat symbol right there is glowing, and then in the background, you see all these red dots? You guys can see them? They're actually people, having the imprint of the bat symbol on their chest. And you see all these people. It looks kind of creepy, though, because all their faces are all, like, sort of grotesque looking, or just really dark. But yeah, all these people are just, like, imprinted with the bat symbol. And if you guys want to see the Jason Todd thing, yeah, we can see him just fighting Jason and mentioning the whole entire Joker thing. And I love how they actually added the Joker beating up Jason in the background with the crowbar. With the crowbar, you can see that right there. And it's just really, really fantastic how they did that in the background. And then, of course, hold on, let me show you. Stupid page. So yeah. And then you can see Damian driving off like a douchebag and with Jason's helmet. I mean, it's sleazy of him to do that, actually, to attack Jason like that by just bad-mouthing him. And then I want to show you the whole thing. So this is basically the whole entire chaos, as Batman and Robin sit on top of the Batmobile. And this is actually what's going on, is that they're blowing up different types of buildings and implanting the bat symbol as the fire goes out. It's just so amazing how they did that. And it sort of reminds me, if you guys have bought or watched the Dark Knight movie, right here is the cover of the DVD. You can see the bat symbol right there, burned on the building. And there's Batman over there, of course. I can't wait for Dark Knight Rises is coming out soon. But yeah, so basically that reminded me of it, because look at it. That's like Batman, and it's just so amazing. Even though this is for the villains attacking Batman, it just looks like amazing shot for Batman right here. But yeah, that's generally what happens in this issue. Not a lot. And then finally, the guy who's the leader of this whole entire group, who I think is Terminus, is actually, appears in the end of this issue, attacking both Batman and Robin. So I can't wait to actually see how Batman is going to deal with this whole entire mess. Because he's going to have to take out each and every entire villain that's been, appearing in this issue, like the guy with the batarang through his skull, or the girl pierced with the batarangs all over her body, or the guy with the sole of the Batman boot imprinted on his face, and I want to show you how this guy actually looks like, the guy with the 3 faces. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take this out again. But yeah, this guy is just so disgusting looking. Oh god, it's like, wow, they actually did. I'm like, how is this possible? Look at that. Just look at that. Look at the mouths, and they're actually able to talk. Each and every one of them is supposed to be able to talk, but how can you talk without the mouth closing or moving up and down? And it's just kind of gross. Like, you see this like tentacle thing coming out of his body, and me and my friend are looking at it, and it looks like it leads to the lower part of the body, and we're thinking like, oh god, it's so veiny, and can't be the guy's junk, is it? Hopefully not. That guy was being choked by that tentacle thing. Hopefully it's just maybe like a tentacle or like a tail or something. Hopefully it's not the guy's lower area. God, it would be just gross if that happened. I know that's kind of gross to think about, but seriously, that was just, something to think about. But yeah, what I like about this issue is that I'm actually interested, and I want to see how Batman is going to take out each and every single one of these villains, or take out Terminus in general. Maybe Batman takes out Terminal, and I'm wondering, would the other Robins actually come out and take out each and every one of these villains by themselves? Because there's basically around 4 of them, I think. The messed up 3-head person, the guy with the implanted bat boot on his face, Yeah, there's actually 4 of them, 4 villains, and plus Terminus. So it would actually be wonderful to see Damian, Dick, Tim, and Jason by the end of this series work together to take out each and every one of these villains while Batman takes out Terminus. So that's actually something I would actually want to see, besides the fact that I wanted to see Damon actually take out all the other Robins. But I don't want him to take out Dick or Tim because they are actually my favorite Robins. I mean, not saying that I don't like Jason, but, you know, that would be sad to see him actually try to take out Dick, of course, because Damian and Dick have a history together, but I think Damian could care less about their relationship with one another. But with Tim, you know, I love Tim, but of course, you know, Damian can't help himself. He's going to take out Tim sooner or later, because that's basically, I think he's going to save Tim for last. You know, save the best for last. But yeah, I did like how Damian did sort of low blow Jason in a way, because that's kind of sleazy, but that's the only way Damian knows how to do it. And I think that's how Damian is, you know, that's his personality. If you guys think that's really messed up of him to do, you haven't been catching up with Damian lately. He is a messed up type of person, but he's still a good Robin. I do like him as Robin, not as much as the previous Robins, you know, I love them. But yeah, so that's generally what happens in this issue. Not a lot, but I like how they're creating chaos amongst Gotham City and try to just break Batman like that mentally, because he sort of starts, you know, going crazy, saying like, "Leave my city alone! This is my city! Go away! You know, stop this!" But yeah, that's my review of Batman and Robin, and I actually give this a 4.5 out of 5. But yeah, so that's my review, and hopefully you guys like and found this review interesting and enjoyable, and I'll see you guys later. So, see you guys.